When Won-jun first saw the famous idol smoking, she was not recognized by him. He posed innocent questions annoying Doona, and this is more so because he wore merchandise bearing her name. They continued bumping into one another. Won-jun did not like her smoking, and Doona thought that he was a Stalker fan. The misapprehension had cleared gradually after Won-jun told her that he had borrowed the shirt and did not know her. He had recently been employed as a tutor because of his maturity and schoolwork, and was glad to see his friend Gingju after more than a year. One night, Won-jun went down and met Doona sobbing in the cold yard. At the time when she fell due to exhaustion, he summoned an ambulance and remained with her at the hospital, purchasing her warm socks. But something went wrong. Won-jun lost his tutoring job due to his scarf stinking of cigarette smoke as a result of his dispute with Doona prior to it, and this had cost him a lot of money. Doona changed his ways after the hospital. She trailed Won-jun everywhere, and at one point told her that she was just seeking friendship. On one occasion when he rebuked her, she went to sleep away days until he apologized and offered her a chance to spend time together. They became friends officially, but Doona had advised him against falling in love with her. Won-jun also got a job at a coffee shop, where he accidentally met Gingju, his high school crush. At home, in the meantime, Doona was a depression case, unable to reach her manager, who'd ignored her since the stage incident. During the department celebration at Won-jun, they were harassed by a man. As he caught up Won-jun by the collar, Doona came in screaming, "How hast thou touched my Won-jun?" She raised a wine bottle and dashed the man on the head, which was deterred by the helmet of Won-jun. Subsequently, Doona asked Won-jun to have a drink, but he saw Gingju, and his passionate look made it clear to Doona what he felt. As it happened, Gingju was a fan of Doona, and they were both in the house of Doona on the drinking spree. As she was speaking, Doona told her that she was jealous of the history of Won-jun and Gingju. She slipped a foot and is brought back into accidental embrace by Won-jun, and this made Doona feel her heart aching. Won-jun could not get out of his mind the embrace when he woke up the next day. Gingju joked that he kissed Doona, and he was so embarrassed by this. Won-jun invited seaweed soup on the birthday of Doona that he had made accidentally. Questioning Gingju, Doona made him speak out his mind without fear. Won-jun went to work at once on her, coming up to her and saying happy birthday. When Doona went home to receive a little gift package, she ran back barefoot to the busy street in search of the owner of the gift, and when she could not find him, she felt abandoned. Won-jun invited Gingju to make it clear that they were not dating. The following day, he requested Doona to interpret the words of Gingju. She thought that Gingju probably did not dislike him either. Won-jun invited Gingju to go visit cherry blossoms. He even mentioned playing with seals with Doona in their outing, which made Gingju feel bad since she knew that Won-jun was in love with Doona. As they got to the dorm, Gingju saw Doona in the jacket of Won-jun and how he was looking at her so passionately. At an April Fool's party, Doona told her that she was being stalked and presented photographically captured pictures. The group hurried to follow the stalker and got him in numerous photos of Doona. When the stalker made provocative comments, Won-jun grabbed his collar, threatening him. Won-jun gave Doona all the photos and deleted images from the stalker's computer. Afterward, Won-jun told Doona it was okay to be scared and not to let herself get hurt. Moved by his words, Doona rested her head on his lap and held his hand. They hugged and slept until morning. Won-jun tried focusing on studies to avoid thinking about Doona, who couldn't reach her manager. She eventually went to the amusement park where Won-jun worked, playing alone until he finished. Over late-night food, Doona confided that besides singing and dancing, she didn't know what else to do. She worried about her future, but found life more enjoyable thanks to Won-jun. He shared his dream of simple, peaceful happiness and guilt about leaving his sick brother and mother in the countryside. On the way home, Won-jun fell asleep on Doona's shoulder. Online malicious comments were in the form of photos showing them eating together. Won-jun took his time, though Doona was so much used to that kind of attention that it did not bother her. When Doona got dressed up to ask Won-jun out, his friend In-wook desperately invited him out on a date. There, Won-jun got to meet Yura, who was a childhood friend and bullied him. Won-jun was forced to take her home because Yura became drunk. Doona was waiting at home in fear that the lights were going out. As Won-jun eventually came back, she sat outside smoking with a burnt hand. Ice fetched, Won-jun observed her pouty expression when she told him that he smelled of perfume and alcohol. He was very open about the group date. Won-jun said that when a person takes care of someone, he has the desire to be taken care of. When Doona replied that she does not feel pain until he treats her. Doona could not restrain and went ahead to kiss Won-jun without any opportunity to resist. He drove her off and went to repair the electricity. On the subsequent days, Won-jun was unable to get out of an infatuation with the kiss. When Doona was found reading in his room, he resolved to talk seriously, asking why she kissed him. It was a kiss. No reason why, Doona said. As Won-jun inquired whether she liked him and she was not responding, he explained that, in case she was not liking him, then she should not do so. He wouldn't kiss friends. Doona rejected his worry by claiming he was nosy and the kiss would cease mattering like any other thing. Gingju refused entry to the confession of another student and attempted to show feelings to Won-jun, who merely treated her as a best friend, and this broke her heart. Yura and Gingju both went in the boarding house to the shock of Won-jun. During a drinking party, Gingju followed Doona outside and revealed she'd come to be near Won-jun and had confessed to him. Doona admitted she already had feelings for Won-jun. Gingju argued she'd been friends with Won-jun longer and understood him better, making Doona feel their relationship was fragile. Doona went to a bar, feeling lonely. Meanwhile, Gingju saw Doona's cigarette pack on Won-jun's bed. Won-jun finally told Gingju he used to like her, but now only considered her a close friend. At a dance club, Doona met a former company intern who tried to kiss her at her place. They argued, with him mentioning she no longer had manager In-wook. Won-jun appeared, and after retrieving Doona's phone, the guy claimed Doona pursued young men to get In-wook's attention. Won-jun ran to the soccer field in anger and frustration. When Doona followed and held his hand, he pulled away. Finally, he asked what he meant to her. Doona explained that, because Won-jun said their first kiss was meaningless, she wanted to confirm her feelings by going out with someone else. But she realized she still thought about Won-jun and liked him. Instead of answering, Won-jun pulled her close and kissed her passionately. They were officially no longer just friends. Visiting his hometown, Won-jun researched Doona online for the first time, learning she was widely criticized. He discovered her mother borrowed money using Doona's reputation, and that Doona's parents divorced when she was young, with her mother leaving her with her grandmother. Won-jun summoned Doona, declaring before he had led a meaningless life, having no passion, but now had the desire to do things. He told me that he really liked her, and was jealous of all her past associates. A single sentence made Doona say that she wished to see him immediately. Won-jun boarded an overnight bus to Seoul at once. Won-jun found Doona asleep on his bed when he came back. He lay down and hugged her. The following morning, at the time of arrival of Gingju and Yura with cakes in the morning, Doona came out of the bedroom and shocked everyone, particularly Gingju. The mother of Doona was insisting that she go back to the company or come up with money. Gingju no longer confessed to Won-jun, and she had liked him the first time they met, but she could only dare to hide her emotions. They parted officially with their naive love. Doona was present at the concert of her band. When she was able to see her 4 bandmates perform without her, she walked away with frustration. As it became late, Won-jun was concerned. Doona had made a call and requested him to have an outing that evening. It was that they had happy moments together, a night of intimacy. One morning, as they were walking hand in hand, Doona proposed to go public. Won-jun was very glad till Doona gave an abrupt pause. In front was the car of manager In-wook. Won-jun made attempts to grasp her hand when Doona came to him, but she forced it off and walked off to her manager. In the car, In-wook asked Doona to go back to the stage in case she did not want to be forgotten. In-wook was blamed by Doona because of his treatment. In feeling, she unscrewed the car door, so anxious to get out of it, screaming that she had loved In-wook, and that was why she was hurt. In-wook loudly reprimanded her that it was herself she loved. She abandoned herself because she didn't know what it was like to love someone, causing colleagues, manager, and the company to suffer consequences. In-wook took Doona to the hospital. Won-jun called continuously, but Doona didn't answer. He waited alone at the motel until his mother's phone call made him leave. He departed without knowing Doona had refused to follow In-wook and returned to the resort, unable to see him because Won-jun had returned home for his sister. Both carried hidden feelings they couldn't share. Doona sat remembering moments when she was immersed in melody and lyrics. That was her whole life, including moments with In-wook. When Won-jun returned, he saw Doona sitting in her usual place, acting as if nothing had happened, asking if he had a week off to travel to Japan. Won-jun looked helplessly at her, saying he couldn't do what she did. He just asked if everything was okay. When Doona said she was fine, Won-jun said he was tired and wanted to rest. Doona wouldn't let him go easily, pulling him back and telling him not to be upset. All Won-jun's anger surged. He said he liked her and didn't care what she did to other people. He wondered what she was doing to him and if she saw him as a passing joke. Won-jun quickly told In-wook he would move elsewhere. When Doona heard, she came and asked if she wanted him to stay. He would stay. Feeling frustrated, Won-jun stood up wanting to chase Doona out, but she hugged him tightly. His voice full of jealousy, he asked if the other man didn't need her anymore, so she came to him. Doona said she didn't go because she needed someone to talk to. That person had to be Won-jun. She didn't want to lose him and was very scared when she thought about it. Won-jun heard the words he wanted. To confirm her feelings, he asked her to apologize and admit she liked him. Doona looked at him and said she loved him. Won-jun kissed her passionately. They finally made up and officially confirmed their love. Happy laughter followed after conflicts got resolved the days after that. But within Doona, there was the want to perform. Won-jun came back to his hometown, and Doona was drowning in the memories of her magnificent days. She wanted to go back to the stage even more, understanding that in that case, her love affair with Won-jun would end. The company lawyer sent a letter to Doona. Her non-performance breached her exclusive contract. Compensation was too much. In-wook replied that, in case she did not make up her mind to go now, her future career would not be easy. Doona betrayed partially due to the penalty, partially because she received her own voice back. Most importantly, she wanted Won-jun to see her image on the stage as he has said in the dream. On his coming back after work, Won-jun found some sleeping pills and cigarette packs in the room that Doona lived in. Making a guess that she was concealing some problems, he visited In-wook, requesting him to take off Doona alone. But Won-jun discovered that the life of Doona was not that simple as his. By staying with him, Doona would lose all and even the possibility to go back to stage. In-wook followed up the idea by stating that Won-jun ought to consider who had to give up. The reality of cruelty came back on Won-jun, and with a heavy heart. The illusion of happy, peaceful life was too challenging to a famous person like Doona. In-wook agreed with the president at the company to allow Doona to get him back to the stage and work independently. Doona replied to it that she will go back to her singing career in order to make herself happy. And in a mere second, those two individuals who loved each other had to separate without uttering a single word and just staring at each other, supporting each other, blessing each other. Life went on as time passed. Doona returned to the company and achieved great success going solo. After a difficult time apart, Won-jun returned to his own life, regularly texting Doona about everything daily, though never receiving replies. Although he missed Doona very much, Won-jun could only look at her in advertising photos. Deep down, they still reserved an irreplaceable place for each other. One day while walking, Won-jun saw Doona standing before him, looking at snow. He quickly walked toward her. She seemed to be waiting on purpose, asking him to eat with her. Doona tried talking intimately, but Won-jun was cold. She explained she was banned from using her phone and was under strict supervision, hoping he would endure a little longer. She would try her best in the next 2 years to improve her career. Then they could officially be together. Won-jun told her he was preparing for military service, and their story should stop here. Doona was extremely angry, standing up and leaving while ignoring Won-jun following behind. Unable to stand his attitude, she said her last words. She told In-wook she would be with Won-jun and love him forever. But he was the one who gave up first. When Won-jun confirmed he wanted to end everything, Doona painfully left in tears. Before getting on the subway, she turned back, hoping to see Won-jun chasing her. But he just stood there with tears falling continuously. Won-jun joined the army while Doona returned to life in the spotlight. Her reputation returned brighter than before. Only then did In-wook return her phone. Doona looked at all Won-jun's messages, feeling extremely heartbroken, missing her cute younger boyfriend. Time passed quickly. Won-jun served 2 years in the army and went to prepare civil service exams in Seoul. It was 4 years later, and Doona was officially singing solo. The girl he loved appeared everywhere, and Won-jun was extremely happy about her. The common house owner is ready to make renovations. Friends had planned to have a party on the day before, all except Doona. Won-jun came back to get his coat, and there was Doona. The thought and the plan of meeting her again were not in his mind, but when he had absolutely released himself, he was able to meet her again. Won-jun felt his heart beat over again, seeing her familiar figure smoking. Doona greeted him, and he was able to nod as a reply. They went drinking together. Doona was gazing at Won-jun with a satisfied smile, but Won-jun continued to treat him coldly. Doona came home sad and angry. She cried, as she did not wish to see him like this again. Doona could no longer bear it, and approached Won-jun, complaining that he treats her like a stranger. She told him that she owed him her being there at her lowest, because she was able to overcome it. Why was he shunning her now that she is a successful woman once more? She has it all now, so she can easily live without him. But these were not the words that she needed to tell. She needed him very much still. In the same domineering manner he had used previously, Doona rebuked Won-jun several times, compelling him to apologize and accept that he was sorry and regretted to have treated her that manner. Won-jun was yet in love with the girl, and he needed to please her. Doona replied that she missed him a lot, and she embraced Won-jun when he apologized and said that he regretted it. Won-jun could no longer try to be cold to her, as tears filled his face. Sometimes people assume that things too different won't be suitable for each other. But sometimes things completely different are very suitable together. They complement and perfect each other, like the way Won-jun and Doona love, protect, encourage, and perfect each other.